out to Andre Bayo. That's correct, right, Andre?
That is very correct.
That is the correct pronunciation, right? It's not a new manager at Virgin, by the way. It's just the correct pronunciation. So Andre is here this morning. He's, of course, the commercial head for Virgin in this part of the world, my favorite airline to the UK. Years ago, when you guys introduced that sleeper with the, the pickup and delivery and all that sort of stuff, man, I had a treat out of this world. And I remember my daughter saying to me at the time, she must have been about, 12 or so, she said to me subsequently, Dad, ordinary first class just won't do after this. I said, well, I hope you find a rich guy or you learn well at school.
That's exactly right advice. They'll learn lessons well. Or follow a father into entrepreneurship.
Well, the father can't afford to go that way all the time, you know what I mean? But every now and then you get a good deal. So we want to talk a little bit about the Manchester flight. Everybody knows about the Gatwick connection, and I guess everybody's going. Most people tend to go to London. Now, in my case, Manchester is perfect for me when I go because of all of the family who are resident in Birmingham. So you pick up the car in the airport and you drive it. It's an easy drive down to Birmingham, and you're there in an hour and so on. But of course, going to Manchester, most of us just use it as a transit point. Yeah. But Manchester is a city that is worth visiting, isn't it?
Well, you see, it's a city with a lot of connections, so people do use it, to transfer. But I was saying earlier that I think that with these two big football teams, City and United, is actually done Manchester a disservice because everybody knows Manchester United and Manchester City. Mm-hmm. But that city is like a mini version of London, and what I love about it, you land 20 minutes to Piccadilly Station, and then there's a metro shuttle service that will take you anywhere you want to go for free. Every 10 minutes you have three lines, number 1, number 2, number 3, color coded, very easy to understand. And it's a walk-in city, so in terms of access and just having anything that you can imagine in one little compact area, I just find it's lovely.
So you're saying there's a free metro service?
So there's 3 metro shuttles. Mm-hmm. It's labeled 1, 2, 3, different colors. Mm-hmm. And every 10 minutes you can basically find, jump on one of these metros and move your way around the city. But if you were to actually just start walking from one end to that city to the other, it's a 20-minute walk. So you pass through Chinatown, you pass through the shopping area, you pass through the museum area. It's just a wonderful little place.
Well, I've been to Manchester so many times, but only driving through. Of course, we wanted to see, the football stadia, that sort of stuff. And so that's what everybody, I guess, especially all the crazy football fans in Barbados, Manchester United, Manchester City. I mean, to have not one but 2 of the top teams, in the world in your city it's like when I went to Madrid, of course, you had to go and see the Real Madrid stadium, you know. Yeah, but, it was just another stadium. But I didn't know about all of these wonderful things that exist. And it's not then a huge city in terms of traversing.
So it's not. So you could choose to walk, anybody weather is right. Or if you want to just jump on one of these metro shuttles, it's fantastic. When it comes to a city with a lot of diverse things to do, one of the things about Manchester is that if you look up right now, there's always something going on, from art to music to culture, food. All right. So I just looked at the agenda for concerts, upcoming concerts.
So let's hold the concerts, because I want to find out about some of the upcoming concerts, because we know that Manchester is famous for its concerts as well. We're talking to Andre Bayo from Virgin Atlantic this morning. It's about the food now in Manchester.
Yeah. The interesting thing for me is that there are all these very well-established 5-star restaurants around the place, and if that's your thing, then fantastic.
Right.
But for me, I have found that the street food and just finding little places that you don't expect, you just pop in, and there's such diversity in Manchester that whether you're going with Arabic, Indian, and anything you want, you just pop in and you just have a fantastic opportunity to have meals at all price ranges. So again, as a walk-in city, for me, when I go through Chinatown, it's just like I go crazy, right? I'm looking for Peking.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. A few years ago, we were in Maida Vale in London, and we were hungry that evening, and we went out and said, let's just walk and see. And we walked down the street that had a lot of restaurants, and we just picked a little Thai restaurant. And the food was just absolutely, it was like a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
The food was amazing, and the price was just like rock bottom. of course, we ate there almost every night after that.
Yeah,
You know,
and
incredible.
now,
Yeah.
with the pound, being a little weak is, still a benefit to
Mm-hmm.
go. And you find that the prices that you find are just really affordable.
All right. So we're coming back and we're going to talk about concerts next time around. We're learning a lot about Manchester here this morning. Well, we got food on our mind. Breakfast is probably what we have in mind at the moment, but we're going to have to wait a while for that, right, Chris?
That's correct.
All right.
Yeah.
I do it in a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what are you running here now?
Just candy carry.
Waking up in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. After her, we're going to go into the carnival music in the next segment. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah.
You saw the
I
flyers.
have to get up to date, boy. I don't know any.
All right, Capital Prime in the morning. We're going to put a wrap on things here with Andre Bayo because you are heading to Trinidad Carnival this year. You're going to be playing mass, right?
I will be.
You will be. As a true-blooded Trini, you can't.
I have to represent.
You have to represent. You're going to have to take Crispin with you next time around because he's yet to experience Trinidad Carnival, so he's missing the greatest show on
Yeah,
earth.
man.
Chris, I don't understand that. You've been warming up all these years with crop over. Time to go to the railing.
Oh.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh,
Oh,
boy!
dear.
Ouch!
Ooh,
Ouch! Well, folks, don't forget that Virgin Atlantic can take you to Gatwick during the winter months. You do Heathrow as well, yeah. And somebody's phone is probably mine making that noise. Yeah, and then of course you have the my favorite one, which of course is the Manchester connection. So Manchester runs on what days?
On Thursdays and Sundays, twice a week.
So you would say if you're going like me to Birmingham, take the opportunity to spend a few days in Manchester and explore
Absolutely.
the city.
2 days well spent if you just decide to stick around.
And you can do a lot of walking, so you don't need to be running around in taxis. And you said the metros are free?
Metro shuttle, you have
Yeah.
3 every 10 minutes.
Wow.
On Sundays, every 12.
Okay, great. All right, so listen, Virgin Atlantic will take you there. The experience begins once you board the flight, and long before that, actually. So I look forward to exploring. I feel as if I've missed something because I've transited there, gosh, got to be 10 or 15 times, and never thought of staying in Manchester. So going forward, that's something that we certainly can look forward to. I know somebody is listening at home right now, too, at least, who are very much on board with that. Of course, anytime Virgin is going to London there or the UK, they're on board with that anyhow.
We'll be ready. Come and see us in the office anytime.
You know that's where we're coming. Andre, thank you very much for being here with us. Enjoy Trinidad Carnival.
Thank you very much.
And we certainly learned a lot this morning about Manchester, the city, and look forward to visiting and experiencing some of the art, some of the culture, some of the museums, some of the history of Manchester City, and maybe a little bit of football too as well. Yeah. Capital Prime in the morning. Stay tuned. Yeah, we're going to do it straight. Give me one minute there, Andre.
Yep.
Top of the hour, bottom of the news. A strong earthquake in Taiwan has killed at least 2 people and injured more than 100 others, according to officials. The powerful 6.4 magnitude tremor struck at 15:50 GMT. Canadian Prime Minister Justin